welcome to Vegan Señorita. I love a really good arroz con leche, but the problem is that arroz con leche generally has a lot of rice. And I noticed a couple of years ago that rice and other types of grains don't really sit well in my stomach. I get really bloated, I get acne, it messes with my hormones. And I know there's a lot of you out there that have similar issues or are just trying to avoid grains for other reasons. Recently, I started adopting more of a vegan keto diet, and it's just made a world of a difference in my digestion, in my skin, in my mood, in my mental clarity. So nonetheless, arroz con leche is an amazing dessert, a really good snack, but we're going to do it two different ways that are going to be keto friendly. And arroz con leche this way is going to include chia seeds. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you have chia seeds in your pantry. It's a great seed. It has so many uses. For this recipe, we're going to be making it for an arroz con leche. And then I'm going to be using two different types of milks. For one recipe, I'm going to be using almond milk, and for the other recipe, I'm going to be using coconut milk. So without further ado, let's get started. You're going to need some chia seeds. I got this from Central Market. If you don't have that brand, you can get any brand of chia seed really. And you're going to be using a 1/4 cup. Go ahead and add that into your bowl. Now you're going to need almond milk. I got this brand from Trader Joe's, and if you see here, it has 1 net carb per cup, which is really great. This brand of almond milk from Trader Joe's is pretty cheap, and it's just really creamy. So go ahead and fill up your 1 cup. And now you're going to go ahead and add that to your chia seeds. Just give it a mix. You don't have to be perfect about it, but just try to incorporate the chia seeds with the almond milk as best as possible. And you'll notice that it takes about 30 seconds to a minute of stirring. Okay, so next I'm going to be adding swerve, which I love swerve. It really does taste like sugar. And if you notice here, the macros say that it has 4 grams of carbs and 4 grams of erythritol, which if you net them out, basically is 0 net carbs. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of swerve. And if you want it to be sweeter, you could add more of a sugar alternative, but I find that 2 teaspoons is really enough for me. Just go ahead and add in your 2nd teaspoon and give that a stir. Now the thing that really makes it taste like an arroz con leche is cinnamon. So this cinnamon from Whole Foods is very, very aromatic, and it's really good for this recipe. Just go ahead and add in 1 teaspoon. If you don't love cinnamon like I do, you may want to do only half a teaspoon, but I love the cinnamon in arroz con leche, so I do a full teaspoon. And just go ahead and mix that in. And cinnamon can be kind of weird when it's cold and it's a very watery substance, so this will take about a minute of stirring. Okay, just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's good enough. This vanilla that I got at Big Lots, Back Bay Trading Company, it's so good. It tastes very vanilla-y. So go ahead and add in 1 full teaspoon. And look at that color, it's so rich. it really does take this chia seed arroz con leche up another level. Just give that a stir and try to incorporate everything as best as possible. That's the final step before it goes into the fridge. All right, that's good enough. So in order to get the chia seeds to really soak up all that almond milk, you're going to want to leave this in the fridge for 4 to 8 hours or just overnight, depending on when you make it. But I really find that 4 hours is good enough. This next recipe, we're going to be doing the same measurement, 1/4 cup of chia seeds. On this one, we're going to be using this organic coconut milk from Whole Foods. Try to find a can that says none BPA. And if you notice here, the net carbs are 2 grams per 1/3 cup. We're going to be using a full cup though. I really like to add in some of the cream before you mix it, and then half of the cup of liquid. It just makes it really creamy. So go ahead and add that in to your chia seeds. And then try to mix in your cream, your coconut milk, and your chia seeds as best as possible for about 30 seconds. You'll notice that immediately this looks a lot creamier than the almond milk. However, it is higher in carbs and it does taste more like coconut than the cinnamon. But if you like that, then you'll love this recipe. Okay, that's good enough. Now we're going to go ahead and add our swerve. And if you don't have swerve, you can go ahead and add in something like stevia, or you can add in something like monk fruit. But go ahead and add in 2 teaspoons of the swerve. Yeah, just like that. And give that a stir. Look at how creamy that looks. All right, so that is good enough. All right, so now we're gonna add our cinnamon and just 1 full teaspoon. I love cinnamon. I could add it to anything really. Just love the flavor of it. Go ahead and mix that in. And just make sure it's mixed in well until you don't really see any lumps or you don't see any more of the cinnamon in big masses like that. Just well incorporated into the whole mixture. Now we're going to add our vanilla. And you're going to use 1 full teaspoon. God, look at that color. I just can't get over that richness. It looks so pretty. Just like amber. And just go ahead and mix that in with your chia seeds, your coconut milk, your cinnamon. This is going to be so good. Again, in order for it to fully absorb the coconut milk and all the other flavors, you're going to want to put this in the fridge at least 4 hours up to overnight. And if you notice, after 4 hours, I took them out and the coconut chia seed pudding, it got a little thick on me. So if that's the case with you, what you can do is you can always add a little bit of more coconut milk, or you can always add in more water if you don't want to add more carbs to your arroz con leche. And just go ahead and mix that in until it reaches a consistency that you want it to. For me, I added about 2 tablespoons of more coconut milk, and it reached this consistency. The almond milk arroz con leche, this is after 4 hours. If you notice, it is a lot thinner, but if you leave it there for 8 hours, it'll actually get thicker over time. I just took it out of the fridge to just give it one more mix to make sure that none of the chia seeds fall to the bottom of the plate. So there you have it, 2 different types of arroz con leche. If you notice, this one is a lot thicker. This is the one that we made with coconut milk and a little bit of the coconut cream. And this one is a lot thinner, which personally I prefer this one. It's made with almond milk. You can just taste the cinnamon a lot more in this one, where I feel like the coconut milk on this one overpowers the taste of the cinnamon. But if you'd like, you can always just add more cinnamon. And if you don't mind the taste of coconut, then this one is going to resemble a really good arroz con leche more. Whereas this one is going to be a little bit more watery, but you'll taste the cinnamon a lot more. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this where I'm going to share Tex-Mex, Mexican, vegan, keto recipes, go ahead and subscribe. And let me know in the comments what you would like for me to make next. Thank you.